Huge shout out to Notification Squad for showing love on the last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, then all you need to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a nice comment. If you're watching this video, you're really lucky. Activision has not seen this video yet. And when they see this video, I know it's going to go down. And I'm kind of scared. I feel like I shouldn't be making this video, but you guys are my loyal subscribers. And to anyone else who sees this, I think you guys just actually just hear me out. So what's going on, guys? Shane Feeds, and I have a lot of things to talk to you about today. And a lot of these things are actually really big, so I suggest watching the whole video. So as we know, Activision has been very interesting. Like, there's no secret that Activision's been pretty shady. They have a pretty shady history. And it's been like this since probably Advanced Warfare. And it's really unfortunate, but it's kind of the truth at this point that like Activision has been enforcing the fact that they pretty much own all of this and they're going to call the shots no matter what. One good example is the fact that, if you guys remember, David Vonderhaar hates supply drops. I made that video years ago and I was saying that a worker talked about it, you know, put it on a Reddit post, and turned out to actually be true. Coincidence? Well, I'll show you guys the clip. The main thing, I'm going to read the first part, is it says, alright, I'm going to make this clear up front. My title may or may not be 100%. I am in a position to know exactly what the current situation at Treyarch/Activision is and what is coming up down the pipeline. So basically, he knows what's going down in the company. He knows what's going to be happening in the future, etc., etc. Here's the really big part regarding this entire post. The reason you haven't seen Vonderhaar talk about this, he's pissed about it. Then it says he discussed with people about leaving his current role after this title due to the backlash he predicted he will receive, when yet he is the one who fought against the idea. He took a vacation this week. He knew exactly what was going down this week and he didn't want any part of it. And if you saw the clip right there, basically it explained that David Vonderhaar didn't have anything to do, well, didn't want anything to do with supply drops, and he didn't want it in the game. But not gonna lie, supply drops were a major factor when it came to Black Ops 3 because the DLC weapons were actually amazing. Like, I'm glad they were in there. I wish that you could get the DLC weapons another way, but the fact that, you know, supply drops give that, you know, idea of not really gambling, but like, there's no other way to put it other than gambling, but like pretty much chancing the fact that you get a crate and you get the weapon that you want. Unfortunately, when I opened my triple play, I didn't get the weapon I want. And something interesting I'm going to mention, I'm going to bring that back up later in this video. I know exactly why I didn't get the weapon I want. Now, continuing where I left off. I also mentioned in another video that it would be really cool if I got the nunchucks. Like, if they put nunchucks in Call of Duty, if they put a sword in Call of Duty. That was before all these amazing melee DLC weapons or all the super range DLC weapons came out. I made a video on that. I'm gonna show you guys the clip right here. I don't know about you guys, but if I was able to go and then say, I see you come at me with a gun, but I ready with a nunchuck. I don't know, man, my life would just be complete. So what's going on, guys? Shane Feeds here, and I wanted to talk about nunchucks, a laser gun, and daggers. Now, come on, guys, we all know that we love daggers. I think that would just be so awesome to bring in Black Ops 3. Weird, right? So, pretty much 2 out of 2 so far. The topics I've made videos on, 2 out of 2 so far. Like, I've literally nailed it. Now, what if I told you guys that it wasn't actually a coincidence? What if I told you that I knew both of those things would actually come true? What if I told you that I know a lot more about Activision than I originally claim I did. Now, like I said, keep watching. Interesting thing is I saw this article pretty much that talked about the patent that was released back in 2015, or it was made in 2015. I don't know. It might have been like recently released or whatever, but it was talking about how Activision actually created this whole thing in the matchmaking system, which we know as skill-based matchmaking, where pretty much they're, well, not really enforcing, but they're pushing the idea of buying in-game like items, microtransactions, in order to actually improve your game, like improve your gameplay, improve your game style, whatever you want to do, whatever you're trying to achieve. They are pushing it. How are they pushing it, you might ask? Well, what they'll end up doing is, we'll say Johnny wants the new sniper. Now, the new sniper in the game is out and he wants it so bad, and he's just trying to, save up enough crypto keys to get a supply drop to get it. Thing is, what the matchmaking system is going to do is it's going to realize that he wants that DLC weapon, and he's going to they're going to match Johnny up with other players that have that DLC weapon and make sure that they're better than him. Because of course, if Johnny isn't better than them, they're of course going to destroy him with that DLC weapon. If Johnny's better than them, then Johnny's going to think, well, this DLC weapon might not be that good. But with a higher KD player, more skilled player that can just destroy Johnny with that supposed DLC weapon, DLC sniper or whatever, even if it was an AR, Johnny now thinks, if I have that DLC weapon, maybe I will do just as good as them. So what does Johnny do? Johnny buys supply drops. Johnny buys COD points. Once Johnny buys COD points, and it depends how much he actually buys. Like, I'm assuming, and I'm just assuming, he's going to buy around, 2,000 COD points, maybe 5,000 COD points. So $20 to $50 to get this DLC weapon. And he's going to grind and like try to actually get the DLC weapon that he wants. And hopefully, once he spent that money, Johnny gets the DLC weapon that he wants. The unfortunate thing is he might not get the DLC weapon that he wants. They will accommodate him for it if he doesn't, and they might give him another DLC weapon so he keeps grinding for it, but he's always going to be going up against those snipers that are better than him, or those AR players that are better than him. Now, the one thing they might do, skill-based matchmaking might do, is they might give him a DLC weapon that's very, very good, such as like a very powerful SMG, and he might go on a tear with that against weaker players, so he doesn't really notice the difference. He just thinks that he's improved because of this DLC weapon. And at that point, Johnny's gonna be like, well, maybe I should put more money into COD points. Invest more money into COD points, gets that DLC sniper or AR that he wants, and goes up against players that are worse than Johnny. He no longer goes up against the players that were better than him, and so he doesn't notice the difference at all. Really, really unfortunate and twisted way that they're working with this, but they said that it hasn't been like this since 2015. Now, the one thing I want to ask you guys is, do you guys think this system is still in play? Me personally, I believe so. And remember, like I said, guys, my quote-unquote theories have pretty much always been spot on. Pretty much. All the way to the 10th specialist being the blackjack. Now, you guys are probably wondering, Chain, how are you quote-unquote like guessing all these theories correctly? And I even made a video on the blackjack specialist. I said, well, the 10th specialist could have been right in front of us this whole time. I said, what if it's the guy that like guards the supply drops? He has to be a strong player, right? So it turned out to be true. He was a blackjack, and he could use all the powers, like I said in a previous video. Crazy. Last thing I want to bring to your attention, guys, I don't have the XMC. I'm a very skilled player. Something that I noticed is I always get matched with bad teammates. The bad teammates either have the XMC or I have to carry them. But you know what I always notice, guys? My enemies always have the XMC, the DLC weapon that I'm looking for. Crazy. I don't really know how I feel about that. It's kind of weird, like really kind of weird, honestly. It makes me think, like, what else are they pulling in the background? What are they like? What else are they hiding in the shadows that we're just yet to find out? It's crazy. And I still love Call of Duty. I still like Activision. I think they're all great. I'm looking forward to the next Treyarch game because I know World War II is going to be amazing. I'm just looking forward to the next Treyarch game as well. I don't know, guys. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Chain Feeds, #Chain Family. Love you guys so much. And since you're at the end of this video now, I want you guys to actually go back to this video and find the hidden object that I hid in this video. The first person to find it will actually get shouted out in the next video. So in Chain Feeds, #Chain Family. I love you guys so much, and peace out.